Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Bobby, and I'm making this YouTube. Um, First, let me introduce myself. Bobby Noah Ramirez. I am a transgender man. I am been on testosterone for 3 years. I'm 38 years old. Um, Mexican, Native American, and Italian. I'm from Southern California. On here, not to how do you say I'm not on here like most trans guys are to document their life as far as before they were trans till they're present. I basically want to get on here and just document certain things, um, have like topics and conversations, and potentially help other trans men, women, children, with whatever help they need, whether it's somebody just to talk to, guidance, somebody just to be there for them, and somebody that they can confide in. And I also want to do videos where I have interaction with other people. I want to document things. I want to have like family and friends on here and like interview them. What did they think of me, before, and what did they think when I told them that I was transgender, how they felt at the moment compared to how they feel now. Um, I have a friend who she worked in the LGBT community for a while, as far as people, men and women who are children that because they came out, whether it was gay, lesbian, or transgender or not, they were kicked out of their house because of it, because they didn't have that support. And where she worked is they would try and find them places to live, and she did that for a while. She don't do that no more. uh she had told me that she's seen too many cases that just broke her heart and she couldn't deal with it. So she got out of the situation because it hurt her so much, and went home, and hearing these stories and being stressed out, and she not being able to help as many people as she can, it got to her. So she's not in that field no more. But I asked her, if she would come on here and I could interview her, and then going through what she went through, and seeing everything that she did, doing that. If she could, if I could interview her and her come on here a few times, and if anybody had any questions, they can ask her questions on, on certain things that they're dealing with, and any advice that they may need. Um, I want to talk about, like, all kinds of different topics. I want to, not just interview family, interview friends, interview all kinds of people. Just do, like, certain things, Q and A's. Document me, like, when I'm out with family, like, a lot of people don't see, like, behind the camera, like, when we're out with our family, like how we are, how family interacts with us. Like, some people, like, my situation, I try not to go out with my family as much as I do. Like, they accept me for who I am, but they still, like, tend to misgender me, as far as, well, my grandma. Okay, my grandma, I was named after my grandma. I'm not gonna say what my name was, but I was named after her. And when she found out, um, she didn't find out by me. She found out in a way that I wish she wouldn't have found out. I wish I would have been able to tell her. Um, when I started transitioning, uh, I was fresh out of a relationship. It was a bad time, but I was getting through it. I was doing good, but this is something that I had been wanting to do for a long time. But I just didn't have the resources. Didn't know much about it. Really didn't know much about it. Um, and I had met a transgender man through my best friend's friend, And I'm not gonna lie, I was when I found out, I was jealous because I've thought of, wish I always wish, man, I was born a guy. I was born a guy. So I was hating. I was hating. I'm gonna admit it. I was hating. Oh, that's stupid. Why is he gonna do that? That's messed up. And he was born the way he was. And you know what? I think about it, and it's like, just because you're jealous of something, don't knock somebody else. Don't knock them. If they're doing something that makes them happy, be happy for them. Don't knock them just because you're not happy. And I had to learn that over time, and I apologize for that. And you know, since then, you know, I knew that I could do it, but I found out when I was in a relationship, and I don't want to get too much into that past relationship because, I'm so over it. But after everything was said and done, and I would keep thinking about it, I was depressed beyond belief. Um, Drinking and driving and not caring if I lived or I died. Times I thought about it, I just wanted to fucking take my life. And I remember one time I was drinking so bad, because I was just going through a lot of things. And I just came home one time and my neighbor told me, like, hey Bobby, like, dude, you came fucking hauling ass in your truck and you got your truck stumbling, and dang, like, what the fuck? And excuse my language, what the heck? And it still didn't dawn on me, like, man, you could kill somebody else potentially. Like, what's wrong with you? And I was going through a lot, and it's not an excuse. I don't condone that. I don't do it no more. It took me landing in the hospital, not because of my drinking, but it was because of my gallbladder, and waking up and my family, surrounding me, crying and telling me, like, what the hell am I doing with my life, and I need to get myself together, and that I have my family and my nephews, and it opened my eyes. It did. I stopped drinking and driving. I was still drinking, I'm not gonna lie, but I stopped drinking and driving, and I pray to God that I didn't kill nobody. I pray to God that He watched over me, as stupid as I was, and brought me home every night. And I'm glad that nobody got hurt. I didn't hurt nobody. Didn't hurt I hurt myself. But I don't do that no more. I don't condone that no more. But it took me landing in the hospital to get my act together, and I did. It took a while, but I did. And then finally, I kept looking more into it about being transgender. I'll tell you, I knew since I was young, because I always wore pants and boy clothes, and you know I have stories about when people were trying to put me in a dress. Oh, that'll be another time. Um, but yeah, I always knew. And then finally, I went to my psychologist and I started seeing one. And actually, the first psychologist that I went to, I had gotten my note the second time I went, which surprisingly, because people that I talked to said it took them like 6 months. But with her, like the second time I went, I got my note. Then I had went and I had started my shots, and then I had gotten that through my job, my insurance. I had gotten that through my job, and then something happened with my job, and that insurance cut. So, I ended up getting a different insurance and had to start the process all over again, and that made me depressed. Like, man, like, here we go again. I gotta do it again. So I had to go through everything again, see another psychiatrist, and with my psychologist, with him that I have now, and I still see him. I'll see him like once a month, once every 2 months, and that's because I still struggle from depression, and I struggle from a lot of anxiety. I get a lot of anxiety, I really do. And I still see him to this day, and I talk about everything, And you know what? It helps. It helps. I wish I could tell everybody to get, a therapist, because it's healing. Trust me. Being able to talk to somebody who has that professionalness, they can tell you, like, if anybody, if you could get one, if I can freaking get one, because I'll tell you, it's the best. But anyways, with that, it took me, man, I think I had to see him like 4 or 5, I think 5 times until I got my letter to go and see, my HR, doctor. And then with that, I had to go through all the testing again to make sure everything was okay and I was healthy, and and my liver was good, and I didn't stop drinking because my liver, But the only thing I really didn't like when I went to her is that she started me on the gel. She started me on the gel, and I think I have my gel right here. Hold on. Okay, this is what I use. This is the gel that I use. Okay, it's a little bit. I know she hasn't, but with this, it's 2 pumps, once a day on my arm. I can handle it, but I noticed difference. Now let me tell you, when I was taking when I started, and I totally got off the subject. See, this is what happens when you ain't got stuff written down, and but anyways, okay. So check it out. The meaning of the story and everything. Okay, so my family didn't know. I'll get back to that. The reason why my family didn't know I was transitioning. What had happened was I I was so I wanted to die. I was thinking about it a couple of times. It came close. So I was doing all this, and I started my shots. I started my shots. I told my mom. I told my mom because I had to tell my mom. I was staying with her at the time, so I had to tell her. Um, I told her. She was why. And she was like okay. And, you know, she accepted me. Like, she didn't say nothing negative. It's like, okay, if this is how you feel, as long as you're doing it for you and you're not doing it for nobody else. Yes, I'm doing it for me. Okay. So I started taking my shots. My voice was changing. People were asking me questions like, hey, are you sick? Like, are you getting sick? Like, what's wrong with your throat? No, no, I'm not getting sick. Like, only a couple of people knew. And that was my two best friends that I had told. And I think it was just my two best friends that I had told. They were the first ones to know. And then I had told my mom. And then, of course, my voice started to change. People were asking me questions, and finally I told my aunt. That was hard. Telling my aunt was the hardest. Because my mom, she didn't raise me. My grandma raised me and my aunt raised me, which I call my aunt, my mom, my sister. She's everything to me. I go to her for advice, and she's the tough love type person. Like, you want advice, but you want it straight out, no sugarcoat. You just want the truth. She's gonna give it to you. She's not gonna sugarcoat it. She's not gonna tell you what you want to hear. She's gonna tell you what you need to hear, and that's why I go to her, because I can. I'm a knucklehead. I'm a knucklehead. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm a knucklehead. I'm stubborn. I'm a stubborn mofo. And, when I need advice, I need somebody to give it to me real, I go to her. And she gives it to me. And she'll tell me, like, hey, you're effing up, dude. Like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate it. But telling her was hard. Telling her was hard because, like I said, she was like my mother. Her and my grandma raised me, since from the age of 9 until I moved out. So It was hard telling her. She accepts me. She accepts me. She just, wanted to make sure that I was doing it for me and nobody else. Because, I think they thought I was doing it for a certain somebody, which I wasn't doing it for her. I wasn't doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. Just so you know. So yeah, I was doing it for me. And you know what? I was gonna tell my grandma because, like I said, my grandma raised me. She's my other mom. I had told my brother. My brother, he didn't really like it. He didn't really like it, but he came around. He came around. If I can get them to do the pronouns, my Jesus, I'm saying. I mean, like if I can get my grandma. Okay, I chose Bobby Noah Ramirez. I my middle name or will be a whole nother topic on how I came up with that because that is just okay. But Bobby because of what my first name used to be when my grandma was young, when she was younger, her dad used to call her Bob or Bobby. So I wanted to keep it close to my grandma so she didn't feel like I totally like took her out or whatever. But then I still have a piece of her. She still has a piece of me, type thing. So I chose Bobby. That's where that Bobby came up with. I came up with my first name, Bobby. And because everybody was calling me Bobby anyways. Like all my friends, everybody, like they all call me Bobby. My close friends, Bobby, Bobo, Bob, Bob. Really don't like when people call me Bob though. I really don't. Like no offense to nobody, but I feel like it's an old man's name. Like Bob. Like old white man. And don't get me wrong, I'm not racist. I have friends of all natural colors. But I just feel like that's what that is. And I'm not old. I'm not bald. He sort of reminds me of an old bald guy. Or whatever. Anyways. But so that's how my name came up. But that's and then but my grandma my grandma she's another story. My grandma calls me Robert. Robert. My grandma calls me Robert. I mean, it's cool when she wants to call me Robert. If that if that makes her feel better or whatever, then cool. So when we're in public, she'll call me, Robert or Rob. Sometimes Bob. It just depends. So she's good with that, with a name, with my name. She's good. Now, if she could just get the he, if she can get the he down, we'd be perfect. But she struggles with that a little bit. But she tries. I give her credit. She tries. But she has to get that down. For sure. And let's see. My aunt really surprised me yesterday. Yesterday, fuck. I missed it. Anyways, yesterday was also messed up, guys. My videos all over the place. Okay, yesterday was the second. Second. So the first, which is Saturday. We had a little, we had a get together at my sister's house, my aunt's house, and she had a friend over, and it surprised me so much. Like my heart warmed up because usually like she's not good with my name or my pronouns because I'm not around her a lot because I do keep my distance, and that'll be another video why I keep my distance. But when her friend showed up, I thought she was gonna be like, "Oh, this is my niece," blah 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 blah, and then that was just gonna be my whole mood down, and I was just gonna be like, "Ugh." But what came out of her mouth made me feel like wow, she started to get it. Starting to get it, and it made me feel really good. I'm not gonna get emotional. Don't get emotional. You're a dude. Dudes cry, but this dude is not gonna cry on camera. Anyways, so yeah, when she told her friend, "This is my nephew, Bobby," so many emotions went through. So many emotions went through. I was so happy. So happy. Very excited and happy for that. But yeah. So anyways, I ended up telling her she accepted me. Now my grandma, I told my brother, let me tell my grandma, I'll let her know it's better if it comes from me than anybody else. It didn't happen that way. It happened a whole nother way. But you know what? I'm gonna do that for another day because I've already been rambling for 20 minutes, 21 minutes. So I think we'll end this video here. Which, by the way, I did this video like 3 or 4 times. And I realized to myself, it's not gonna be perfect. And you know what? I realized something. I don't want it to be perfect. You know why? Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And you know what? It's better that way. Because if God made everybody perfect, this world would be boring, bro. Straight up boring. And I do talk about faith and God a lot. So if nobody, as I know of some people, they're not like religious or nothing. And don't get me wrong, I don't go to church every Sunday. Matter of fact, I haven't been to church in a while. But just because I don't go to church, don't mean I don't believe in the man upstairs. And I will argue with the person if they try and tell me I'm going to hell. Cause let me tell you, I almost lost a friend over that. I almost lost a friend over him telling me that I was gonna go to hell. And I told that fool, go home and read your Bible. And he did. And he came back. And the next day he apologized to me. So, and all the bad comments and people want to say down there, go ahead. Because I don't read the negativity. Delete it, block it, ignore it, whatever. Because ain't nothing but positivity here, my bro. So, that's the end of that. We'll continue where I left off in the next video. So that, little by little you get to know me. Get what I'm saying? But yeah, so this video is all over the place. But oh well. We gonna keep it that way. So, and by the way, it is hard to pay attention to the camera so you guys can see me eye to eye. So I happen to like look down, which I should be looking at you guys. So if you catch me like looking down, my bad, yo. I'm new to this. I'm even recording off of my laptop because I ain't got no camera. So if this ain't high quality, my bad, yo. I'm starting out. This is a new thing for me. Alright, so this is me, Bobby Noah Ramirez. I'm 38 years old. I'm from Southern California. I'm just a normal, goofy, funny, retarded, sometimes down to earth dude that likes to prank. I love listening to country. Hey, don't get me started with some country, yo. This boy can go to town on some country. But I can also switch it up with some Sublime, my wife, Cardi B. But we'll get into that in the next video. Because I'm still rambling. It's going to be 25 minutes. Alright, so, everybody have a good night. It's already like 12:39 at night. And I had another video that I was going to post, but I deleted that so I can make this one. But this is what time it is. And I'm going to end this. And I'll probably make another one on my next day off. Because I do work nights. This is my day off. I work from 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Sometimes until 3 a.m. So, on my next day off, I'll do another video. And I'll pick up where we left off. Alright guys. And I want to shout out to my bro DJ. Because he's a strong dude. That's my dude right there. And I'll put my link to my Instagram down below. I don't have a Twitter. I don't like to tweet. That's not my thing, yo. And my Facebook, I like to keep that private just for my, my family or whatever. But Instagram, I'll throw that in there. But you can DM me. Maybe I'll throw my Snapchat in there. Message me. You know, I may not get back to you right away because I do work a lot. But when I get a chance, I'll hit you up and we can talk. And if you have any questions, put them right down there, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Anything you'd like to hear, anything you'd like to know, just throw some stuff down there. I'm gonna get a paper and I'm gonna write that stuff down so that I can be like, hey, okay, we're gonna talk about this. Hey, okay, we're gonna talk about that. So, alright, I'm gonna try and get this in order. Messy but orderish. Orderish. Yeah, so what happened was it's time for me to go to bed because it's late and I work. So, I love you guys. Thanks for listening to me. I hope you like it and I hope you come back for more because it's going to get a lot better. Just be patient with me, right? Patient with me. Patience is a virtue. Remember that. Patience is a virtue. Be patient with me. And I'll talk to you guys later. Finally. Alright, guys? You guys have a good night. And be safe.